Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. Good to see you all again for the second of our two conference championship coverages here in our studio. We have got another fun one coming up after the Thunderbirds and Kodiaks battled it out last night. This one, a divisional rival for the second straight week for the Pioneers, this time against their old foe, the Stealth from Albuquerque, coming to visit. They've played twice this season already. In week 2, it was a actual loss for the Pioneers, a rarity in this season. They lost 2-3 at home to the Stealth, but it seems like quite a while ago. And then when you look at what happened just 3 weeks ago in week 23 when the Stealth hosted the Pioneers, it was a 5-1 demolition by the visitors. So Pioneers are the number 1 seed. They come into this game as heavy favorites. And again, let's take a look at their 3 players on the screen for you now that have been marked as stars. But really, you could pick anyone in the starting lineup. These are just the best of the best. And the best of those best is right here on the screen for you in our exclusive preview. And Miguel Cabrera, what a season he is having. And the numbers tell enough. But if you've watched him play, you know that he can just do it all. He is the most arguably multifaceted player in the league. He scored 2 goals last week. He might assist 2 this week. You never know. He is just genuinely unbelievable. But individual accolades aside, Morgan, what can you say about this Pioneers team as a whole, their performance so far, and their outlook looking forward into this game and potentially beyond?
Yeah, the Pioneers already dismantled their own division rival with a clean sheet last week, so that's a great sign. The reigning champs, no less, that they defeated. And they look like a true number 1 seed, just 3 losses in their last 21 games. Yep. And no weaknesses at any position. The depth is super strong, which is, you can't really say that about a lot of the teams. So
yeah, very fair. It's hard to find weaknesses. I'll try my best to come up with some here. And I would say it's just the mentality. The pressure is on them to continue living up to this hype and the status of the number 1 seed, especially as this is their first time in this territory. And the other thing to keep in the back of their mind, maybe that might be something that creeps in as the game goes on. They already did lose to the Stealth earlier this season. Granted, it was a while ago, but it was in this same building at home in front of this crowd. So if things don't go their way at early stages, it could get off the rails quickly. But again, let's move on to the Stealth, because they've been an intriguing team in this postseason. Probably one of the most fun to watch, especially those of you who watched the Green Galaxy Stealth game last week. Oh my goodness, what a roller coaster that was. Hoping for more of the same. Here are their 3 star players. And fitting that this young man right here, the rookie, is the star among stars, Ibai Bateri. I mean, what a season he's having. No doubt he's going to be the rookie of the season. But Morgan, what would you say about him?
Ibai has had a stellar season so far. 8 goals, 14 assists, 2 goals, 2 assists last week. And he's shown a special talent over the last few weeks. And the Stealth will need him to continue to be at his best like he has been to clinch this win.
Yeah, well, absolutely. The way we see this playoff format structured, it is often a matter of who gets hot at the right time. Stealth certainly living up to that billing. And not only that, they have just this amazing fighting spirit in the team to not lose their heads. 4 times they lost the lead to the Green Galaxy, and all 4 times they managed to dig in and find an equalizer, including that special goal in the 100th minute, the latest ever playoff goal in the National Soccer League history, on the road against the number 2 seed and a tough side in the Green Galaxy. What a game that was. But at the other end of the pitch, it's just as important. Poppy, after an absolute disaster that led to that 4th goal, some might say he had a poopy even. I mean, he bounced back in a huge way after that. 2 saves in the penalty shootout to keep his team alive in the season. Already mentioned Ibai Bateri as well, pulling the strings in the middle of the park, and Hernandez has been exceptional up top. They've got 2 playoff wins as well on their back heading into this game, the most out of any team remaining because of that wild card seed. So they have some momentum. But Morgan, what are some ways they could have the wind knocked out of their sails, so to speak, in this game against the tough Pioneers?
Well, they have conceded way too many goals for a championship team. They're kind of like what you'd call a sieve in that manner. And evidenced by their 5-1 drubbing by the Pioneers just 3 weeks ago. Not a great sign.
We mentioned the Pioneers having the Stealth game from earlier in the back of their mind, but the Stealth players will surely have the recent affair with the Pioneers at the front of their mind. So have to see what the 3rd game of this series holds. It should be a fun battle, hopefully mostly clean fun, but you never know with this one in the NFC West. Turning it over to you guys now at the field. We'll see you all back here in the studio at halftime for a little break. Well, good evening and welcome back, National Soccer League fans, to the second of our two conference championships here in the postseason. This one happening in the National Soccer Conference, following up the action between the Thunderbirds and the Kodiaks in the ASC last night. Was a thrilling game in and of itself. I'm hoping for more of the same here between these two fierce rivals from the NSC West. It is the Utah Pioneers at home today here in Salt Lake City, facing up against the Albuquerque Stealth in the battle of the Cairo brothers. No love lost between these two. Here is the man to watch, Miguel Cairo, having an absolutely outstanding season. He is on your screen now. On the way to 24 goals and 14 assists, 2 goals in his team's win over the Terminators last week. He's making their way across the field now. Friendly as it gets between these two. Again, fierce rivals, formerly of the same club, but a coaching dispute back in 2012 left them as two separate entities. Since then, tensions, turmoil have run high. Let's get a look at the starting lineups from these two teams in just a moment, as we might be to eliminate one final team, but the winner will move on to the Soccer Bowl championship itself and face the Thunderbirds, the oldest team in the league. Here are the starters for the Pioneers. No changes. It is a strong starting 11 with capable depth on the bench as well, a mix of youth and experience, and this team has been excellent, by far and away the favorites, league leaders, 9 clean sheets. Right up there with the best. Record breaker Konohamaru Saratobi leading the line, the first player ever with 20 goals and 20 assists in the season. Stealth haven't been looking to keep the miracle playoff run going. A massive 4-4 comeback penalty shootout win over the Green Galaxy on the road, so looking to repeat those heroics here. Do they have enough left in the tank to keep it going, though? They're going to have to continue to score goals at a high rate, and they're going to have to find a way to stop conceding them if they want anything from this game. Ready to kick off here in Utah. The visitors, the Stealth, looking to do it again on the road and become the second consecutive 5 seed after the Scouts to reach the Soccer Bowl in back-to-back years. Otherwise, it'll be the battle of number 1 seeds squaring off. Early free kick for the Stealth. And here is the sensation for them, Ibai Viteri, the rookie phenom who has come into his own in the latter half of this season. Saratobi picked the pocket of Sahid, though. Viteri was instrumental in that win. The Green Galaxy, 2 goals and 2 assists to keep his team alive. Well, hold on, here come the Pioneers. Uxio Mona Sanchez, who started the scoring last week. Poppy makes a save from point blank on Emerson Gomez, but the Pioneers are threatening right away here. Caeta, what a ball! Surely the opener, there it is! And the Pioneers strike early again here. The Stealth in trouble right away. Emerson Gomez makes it 1-0. Well, it's the second time he's gotten free inside the 18-yard box. This time, no chance. Starts here with Ormasabal's pass, and then Miguel Cairo. Presence of mind is excellent. Picks up a runner. And Emerson Gomez not even needing a touch because the pass is weighted perfectly. And Poppy, who was at the centerpiece of this debate today, formerly of the Pioneers briefly for 2 years, and back with his boyhood club, the Stealth, and caught out there by his former employer. Nico Hernandez, again, the Stealth trailed 4 times to the Green Galaxy in the 4-4 penalty shootout win. And they keep the magic going here and equalize quickly with Viteri. Nicely moved on to Hernandez. Turns inside. Oh my goodness! Oh, it's a dream start here between these two. Both living up to the billing so far. Pioneers' early goal canceled out. Heke Hernandez scores again. It's 1-1 inside 5 minutes. Lovely passing. Viteri on to Enrique. Hernandez has a touch, realizes he's got time, picks his head up, does a full 180. Using his strength and size, backs into Vaz, using every bit of that frame, and a fine finish. Just the start we want from a neutral point of view here. 1-1. And each team scoring with their first attack, really. Hoping for more of the same in the 84 minutes that remain. What a start here. And the Stealth find a way to stop this duo. That is one way to do it. Gonzalo taking the disciplinary route and into the referee's book. Yellow card. And that we might see a few more of those as the game goes on. As we mentioned, a chippy rivalry here. Probably the most bad-blooded in the entire league between these two teams. And that was a dangerous foul on a potential match winner, a star player of the opposition team, and rightly in the referee's book. And the Pioneers keep the scoring streak going here with their next attack. Looking forward with Florencio Vaz. Nice tempo to the passing. Saratobi. This is looking really good, but that time it's Jesus Ulysses, the captain, stepping up big. And now Hernandez goes over. No free kick there. Florencio Vaz crunching challenge on the big man from the stealth. Will play on. Saratobi. Caiero. Still Caiero trying to pick a pass again here to Gomez. He return the favor. Troye starts to speed out. It goes for Miguel Chavez. Is he onside? Trying to lift it around the back, and it's a dangerous ball. And caught in two minds. Here goes Enrique. It's Enrique to Hernandez, and Florencio Vaz makes a big block, but still alive with the stealth here. Hernandez into the box again. Blocked by Florencio Vaz again. Manuel Caiero wins a free kick off Emerson Gomez. He's been a bit of a quiet player in the latter half of the season. Started so brightly with the 10 goals in 11 games. Since then has cooled off back to his more pedestrian numbers from last season. And he get back on track here. Again, a battle of the brothers. Manuel Caiero for the stealth and Miguel for Pioneers. Here's the ball from Ibai. Nicely swung in, and Ormasa ball heads away. Lucio Sanchez does one further. And all the way back with Joaquin de Mesquites. Takes a pass forward. It's lovely. Gonzalo back in the lineup today. What a save from Ben Bruggen. Stealth nearly take the lead on the road here again. Lovely play there from Gonzalo. Quick feet. Sorts them out and gets the shot off. This time Ben Bruggen equal to the challenge. He's a tough goalkeeper to beat despite the one that stuck past him already today. Ibai Viteri looking for Hernandez. They've connected 4 times in the last 4 games from corners like this. Oh, left in a dicey area. Luckily for the Pioneers, bounces all the way through to Uxio Moro Sanchez, who can carry away. Game has calmed down a little bit after the fast start. 2 goals and a yellow card in the opening 7 minutes, and now a little bit of a regression to the mean, if you will. To more level-headed play from both sets of players. But Enrique picking a pass. That's a long ball for Gonzalo, who's going to get there. And he couldn't keep it in. Touch got away from him under the pressure of Carlos Roberto Torres. Another look at the Calvin Van Bruggen save here. Acrobatic goalkeeping. 1 early stages. Again, the winner of this game has a chance to go all the way to the title game against the Thunderbirds, who are waiting the winner. Their defeat over the Kodiaks last night. We played on this weekend, Saturday evening. Troy steps in, nice work, and Enrique, clever touch behind. Stealth have slightly dominated the recent passage of play. Here they are with Chavez. Cutting inside, touch was heavy, and Enrique will bobble all the way through to Ben Bruggen. Players have rarely been in losing positions, rarely trailed in games. They haven't done so yet, but they have given up a lead. So we'll have to see how comfortable they are in this kind of position, being tested as they normally are not. Saratobi. He's free to Emerson Gomez on the wing. Caiero's got space and time to find Saratobi through the middle, and he's found him. Saratobi can try a shot, and Poppy makes a save. Nervy moments at both ends for the keepers. They'll be under fire today. This was a real chance. Through the traffic, Poppy does well to get down to it. Well, what a game for Poppy as well. Last week, the howler that led to the Green Galaxy 4-3 lead, and then 2 saves in the shootout after the late equalizer from Heke Hernandez at the death. Swung in and away by Troy, but not far away. Here is Uxio Moro Sanchez, who was on the score sheet last week as well. Herrera. Caiero. Need to get it back to Saratobi, but couldn't wriggle away from Ulysses. Hernandez, lovely control, legendary chest trap there, and Gonzalo carries away. Chavez in support. Nice Tiki-taka offense. Oh, and now another foul comes in. That time it's Hernandez with the revenge tackle on Vaz. That's surely going to be a yellow card. It was very, very late. I mentioned it in the pregame. It is a mean-spirited affair out here today. So far, this clash has been a relatively tame one, but now you see the referee making his instructions clear. The second yellow card for the team in yellow, the Stealth, another player in the book, and Vaz protesting, saying that has no place in the game. I think he's fair to say it was a very, very reckless challenge at best. Pioneers trying to keep their heads though. Caiero trying to get to the edge. You've got to be careful there. Under heavy pressure, he did well. He can hook it away. Inglema wins the header. Mathabal, clever little pass there. Nice Nice movement from the midfield players. Here's Saratobi, couldn't get away, and Ulysses has it. Viteri fighting through the challenge, and nice play from the stealth here. Moving forward on the counter smoothly. Enrique and Ibai waking up. And then Florencio Vaz does what he's been doing all season long and breaks it up. Lama in the half-hour mark here, and still tied at 1-1. The stealth point of view about as well as it could have gone here so far. They recovered excellently, and they answered the equalizing goal from an early concession once again. Pioneers has been a little bit of a tough sledding compared to their normal routine outings here in front of the home crowd, including a 3-0 win in the playoffs last week against the Terminators, the other team in the NSC West. Stealth offering more of a stiff challenge here. Looking to be the longest tenured team in this playoff postseason. Their third game for their third win. Hopefully release ball there to Emmanuel Cairo, who does well to hold it up. Gets Roberto Torres away. Pioneers turn this reception into a counter-attacking scenario. Here goes Lucio Sanchez. This movement with Saratobi in the three-man weave with Cairo. Quick tempo to the passing. Here's Cairo on the turn. Trying to look the space for the pass to Sanchez, who's in here. Good save from Poppy. Point blank! But Sanchez is there on the follow-up. It's 2-1. A second straight game of the goal in the playoffs for Uxio Mota Sanchez, who's coming into his own this year. And what a time to get hot. It's Cairo with the assist again. Poppy does really well with the first one, but then nobody reacts quicker than the striker. And the technique is excellent here. Half volleyed into the side netting, and the Pioneers restore the 1-goal lead. Surely this pattern of stealth, quick equalizers after trailing has to end soon, but can they keep it going for now? Giving it away immediately off the inbound kickoff. And the Pioneers find a third goal in the 10 minutes that remain in the first half and pull away, as they did against the Terminators last week, putting up a 2-goal advantage. And they might do so here with Cairo getting to the byline for Saratobi. They do! And that may just be that. The stealth crumbling defensively again. And this time it may be in the rearview mirror for them. No looking back for the Pioneers, who make it 3-1 in quick fashion. Saratobi on the score sheet. And Cairo has a hat-trick of assists in the first half. He's not going to miss from there, is he? Unmarked in the 6-yard box, past the keeper. No chance. Just too good from the Pioneers. That has been the story of the season. It was nervy in the opening 25-30 minutes here, but they have taken control now. And those front four absolutely devastating: Emerson, Uxio, and Saratobi, all with a goal, and all of those goals being provided by Miguel Cairo in the heart of it all. Viteri with a rare misplaced long ball in the stealth, or on the brink of being eliminated here. Look at that possession, 70% for the home side. I feel note the stealth can keep their wits about them and try to find a goal here before halftime whistle. They may still have a chance, but cannot afford to concede again. This is very similar to the Terminators' position last week, and they ended up conceding right before the half, and that was the death blow. Pioneers are a ruthless, relentless team, and they're not going to stop attacking, especially against this bitter rivalry. And here goes Sanchez, getting free of Demasquitz, and he's done it. Now pull the defender out of position. Sahid gets in the way just in time. Ulysses looking out wide for Kevon Harry Troya, who's going to launch one long for Cairo in a foot race with Anglama. It's a good battle there, but Anglama defended it brilliantly. Kept his composure, kept his cool. Pioneers looking to settle down into some possession again here. A lovely tackle by Troya to pinch it back. By Viteri. Although crunching challenge there from the captain, Ormasabal. The home fans loving that. Now here he goes on the attack. Oh, a lovely looping ball from Ormasabal, teasing it into the back post, and Troye blocks out for a corner. It's vintage Isier Ormasabal there. Crunching challenge, and then a beautiful ball. It leads to a goal, but a fine tackle from Troye. Ball now to take the resultant corner with the final minute of the first half. 3-1 lead for the Pioneers.
Swung into a dangerous area, and Enrique coolly done off the chest. Still alive with the Pioneers here. Emerson, who opened the scoring, looking to close the half with another goal. Saratobi beats his man and flicks it in for Emerson Gomez, who's in space and time and blocked by Ulysses off the line. Hernandez, 4 minutes of added time. That's a poor pass, though. Gallardo has it. Here's Saratobi. It's free. And to Herrera to wrap it up here. And Papi makes a big save. That would have been curtains had that found the back of the net. Decent strike from the defensive mid. Papi does well to hold his ground there. Stealth are really struggling at the moment. Looks like their playoff run, their magical madness at the end of the season could be running out as we expected it might. Pioneers are looking like the real deal once again here. The ball taken into the area. Emerson Gomez after Sahid. Not cleared from danger. Here's Vaz. Saratobi. Still Saratobi. Time and space to think about a shot. Armazabal. Back with Gallardo. And Miguel Gallardo. And good save from Papi. Sloppy from the Stealth defensively again. This is excellent play and snapshot. Good save from Papi. Hasn't really been at fault for any of the goals, you have to say, today. Another corner with Florencio Vaz, the obvious target. Mismatch in height with Ibai Bateri trying to mark him. Sahid, it's Vaz! And Ibai gets in the way. And that is going to do it for our first half action. The Stealth hanging on by a thread as it stands. 3-1 lead to the Pioneers. And what a first half. And they are one step closer. 3 assists for Gallardo in that first half. Incredible performance from this Pioneers offense. We'll be back to see if they can finish the job in the second 45 after a quick update from our studio. Yep, upstate New York.
Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. It's going about as we expected according to plan. After a fast, furious start, the Pioneers have pulled away. 3-1 lead for the Pioneers at the break, and it's really just the same old, same old. They look simply unstoppable, and more importantly, which they haven't really been tested in this way yet this season, but they didn't blink in the face of adversity. After they let the early lead slip away, they came back strong, and again, now they are in a really commanding position going into the break. Morgan, for the Stealth, what do they need to do? Is there any hope for them at this point?
I mean, as you just said, the Pioneers let one go early on, and so the Stealth, they started strong with that, but the midfielders and attackers need to play better together on the offense. Too many turnovers, it's putting extra pressure on the defense, and it's going to start looking like that sieve we talked about earlier.
Yeah, something we profiled in our pregame, and against a team like the Pioneers, you cannot be handing out free opportunities like that. So have to see the Stealth have some more heroics deep in the bag in the second half. 45 more. Heading back over to you guys now at the field. We'll see you one more time for a full game recap.
Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. It was a bit of a nervy start for the home side here, uncharacteristic of their season, but they managed to test their mettle and keep their nerve and have dominated this game now 3-1 after the opening 45, and the chance for the Stealth to continue this magical playoff run is growing fainter and fainter by the second. Looking more and more likely the 2 number 1 seeds will be squaring off for the Soccer Bowl championship. Many fans will argue that is the way it should be. Saratobi, Bateri back defending it. A lot of traffic well by the Stealth, who are not out of this game yet. Need to get a goal back though. Start the motion and get it going. Here's Enrique. For Hernandez, but not a great ball, and Florencio Vaz is there ahead of his man. Pioneers happy to sit back and defend and then break forward on the counter, as they're doing here with Saratobi. Pushed off for Emerson, who beats Troye to it. It takes some doing. What a pass. As well, Saratobi into the box for Herrera. Good save, but Uxio Sanchez is there again on the rebound. And the Pioneers start the first half, or the second half, like they did the first, with a quick goal. And Uxio Mora Sanchez reacting quickest on a rebound once again. It's 4-1 here, and it's game over. Pioneers sending a second straight division rival packing in the playoffs. And this game has gotten away from the Stealth. The second straight game with 4 goals conceded. It could get ugly here. So similar to the one at the end of the half. The Pioneers are rolling now. And they're that close. As Uxio Mora Sanchez showed with his face there, to getting into their first ever championship game. Stealth trying to stay positive. They have no choice, but attacking-wise, for the best attacking team in the league, they have not been gelling very well today outside of the opening goal. Defensively, this has been the struggle. Caught out again in the wide area. Here goes Caiero for Emerson Gomez. Numbers peering forward for the Pioneers. Caiero. Find a clever flick there from Saratobi. This could be a chance for the Stealth to get forward. Here goes Hernandez, who might have beaten the offside trap here. Taking on defenders and beating them. Hernandez through the traffic. Van Bruggen does well to save it. Valencia Vaz making it uncomfortable in the end. Just over half an hour to play in this one. Stealth need to score quickly if they want anything from this game. Ibai has been quiet. He's got it here, though, to Enrique. Enrique with a drive! Good chance and good save from Van Bruggen. Now to get down to it. Always thought after the opening 5 minutes it was going to be a back-and-forth kind of affair. Both teams scoring in quick succession, but the Pioneers have pulled away and showed their class. And proved that start was no fluke. Have a substitution cooked up here. We do indeed. It's going to be Thomas Allen coming on for Miguel Caiero. Interesting choice, but then Ibai Viteri taking off as well. Well, perplexing substitutions here, but the manager's deciding this game is already beyond rescue. Troye to take. Alberto away to Enrique. Swerving inside, looking for a shot. Vaz in the way again, as he so often is. Here's Tommy. Toby feeds it through to Uxio Sanchez, who's on the hat trick. Pass it back. A lot of defenders between him and the goal at the moment, though. This ball from Demesquites. Enrique trying to get Caiero involved on the wing, but he has been silenced in this game and really in the second half of this season, in truth. Troye. This ball into Enrique. Hernandez, good block, and Hernandez follows up. Much like the Pioneers, another rebound goal, and Hernandez gets his second of the day. Not over just yet. It's 4-2 here. The Stealth showing the Pioneers can be scored upon. It is a bit of a strange goal, but it's a fine finish from Hernandez. A little bit of a fluky situation, but that is a good strike. Take nothing away from the situation that led to it. So that keeps the game delicately in the balance as it stands. As still going to be a major uphill battle for the Stealth at this point, with just over half an hour to play and still down 2 goals against the league's best team. On the road as well, we might add. It's lovely build-up play from the Stealth, who've been struggling to gel offensively all day long, so maybe the substitution paying off there. Despite the bad pass there from Vaz, and the Stealth have it again here. And they capitalize in quick succession, as the Pioneers did. Given away by Hernandez there. That is disappointing. The next goal, if there is to be one, will be absolutely pivotal for whatever team scores it, of course. Either getting within 1 through the Stealth, or putting the game back to a 3-goal deficit and putting the game to bed effectively. And looks like the Pioneers might do so with Tommy again! Oh, he's offside, I think. Referee's flag is up on the far side. That would have finished it. Much like he did against the Terminators last game of the regular season. But let's look here. Oh, it's just maybe a half step. It's a fine finish from Tommy again, but I think it's the right call in the end from the referee. Another change now. Gonzalo is off for Mohamed Ali Bamamir. Another midfield substitution for the Stealth. Well, that's not necessarily improving their attacking standing in this game. They do need to score goals, but also would be even worse if they were to concede one, of course, which they to stop from happening right now. Pioneers getting numbers forward again with Herrera, but at least he's ends it well. Enrique now looking to lift one into Hernandez. That's a nice ball. Forced a bit wide from his path. Troye joins in the corner for support. Feed inside to Enrique. Gallardo's offside. And the Stealth struggling again here, and this man especially not clicking at the moment. Taking too long for the pass and a little bit lazy on the run there. Just drifting into an offside position for no real reason. Pioneers send it long. They've got 20 minutes to go with a 2-goal lead still intact. Nice header from Herrera, middle of the park to win it. Here's Tommy. Bamamir wins it back. Nice tackle from the substitute. Chavez to Hugue. That's a poor ball from him. That is a bad giveaway from the stealth there. Here is Saratobi. Mathabal looking to spring the trap long for Gomez. Another foot race with Troye. And he won it again there. It swung into Herrera. Poppy able to hold it. Stealth have got to get going quickly though. Time is running out. 4-2 at the moment. And just 20 minutes to play. As you'd say, it's going to be nigh on impossible at this point. Stay in the game though, try to keep the faith. Emerson Gomez, perfectly timed run. This will put it to bed here with a goal, and he might just do. Poppy saves it! What a block from De Mesquite! Season on the line. And look at this. Oh, that was a tap-in. De Mesquite's fearless. Poppy as well, just throwing themselves at it. Defenders are doing their part in the second half, but got to find a way to get past the Pioneers and get into the goal. Short corner with no pressure. Skipped and swung in by Armathabal, not cleared comprehensively. Saratobi, Herrera, straight in the arms of Poppy. I would say the Pioneers have been slightly wasteful in the second half with their opportunities. Here looks long over the top and it's going to bounce for the two center backs, Carlos Roberto Torres, Florencio Vaz with time and space on the ball. Dribbled forward by Armathabal. Ruxio Mora Sanchez. $15 to go for the Pioneers. Given away by Tommy. And sent long for Hernandez, who looks like he's running out of steam. Oh, there he goes, though. What a run. He had a sudden burst. Hernandez, saved by Van Bruggen. Cayetano pokes home. Another rebound goal. Van Bruggen with a rare mistake. And finally, the scoring drought is broken, and what a time to do it. The Stealth are not dead yet. 4-3. Could they do it again? Pioneers suddenly on the ropes, and what a run from Hernandez. Give him credit. To stick with that ball at this stage in the game and the season is so tough, but he comes up with that extra bit of juice. And same with Cairo, the tightest of angles, squeezes it home. It's been the story of the day, really. The goalkeeper spilling shots, and whatever attacker is in the vicinity seems to be ready to pop home. And just like that, the final 10 minutes around this stadium are going to be quite nervy all of a sudden. I mentioned that next goal being important, and it's a massive one for the Stealth, and Bamamir wins it back again. This would be a historic collapse for the Pioneers at this stage in the season, at home in the playoffs. What a game it's been so far. Both the conference championships have been excellent. The Stealth giving us a run for our money here. Troye wins a foul, but will play on to the advantage. Will the Stealth have one more goal? It's an awful giveaway from Saeed. Oh, what's he doing? The break is on now. Emerson Gomez leading the charge with Saratobi. Can they put it back to bed? Chavez back defensively to cut it out. Pioneers once again not making the most of the opportunity, and Saeed is spared his blushes. Hernandez, who's been instrumental in this game, 2 goals and an assist, is in again here. It's opening up for him. Can he find a pass to Bamamir? It's in for Kuge! I think he was offside. Indeed he was. Would have been some moment. We could all tell from up here it was just a couple steps early, but oh, it's awfully tight. And he couldn't find the back of the net anyway. Wow, what a game here. The Stealth have made it really interesting again. Just when you think you can count them out, they will not lie down. As they showed against the Green Galaxy, could they leave it late again here? Will the Pioneers be able to hold them off? How important was building that cushion up in the first half? Tense, trepidatious atmosphere in Monolith Stadium, and given away by the Pioneers again there. Stealth looking to do the unthinkable and overturn the 4-1 deficit. For Caedo, but Anglama's there ahead of him again. 5 minutes to go here. Vaz did well under pressure. That was a nervy moment from Anglama. Stealth 5 minutes from the brink of elimination. Pioneers are 5 minutes away from their first ever championship game against the Thunderbirds. Sanchez trying to seal it here. Saratobi back to him for the hat trick. Saratobi goes for it, and just off target. That was a chance. Best one the Pioneers have had this side of 70th minute, and it goes high and wide, but not far at all. Saratobi cannot quite connect. Well, we have another change here for the Pioneers, trying to waste some clock. Hold on to this lead. How much added time is the big question. Stealth got 9 minutes of it last week. It was a massive call that ended up helping them out, and Hernandez is being taken off. It is a big call from the coach, bringing on Robin Chanteloup. He is certainly getting tired out there. He has been giving 110% in this game. Happy to send long from the goal kick. Nice control from Caedo. Pass it back from Enrique. Can the Stealth make it happen one last time? Or have the Pioneers done enough to stave off the comeback? Taking their time, trying to pick a moment. Sahid. Kuge lifting it forward, but it's not a great ball and easily away. It's just a poor choice from Kuge again on the pass. How much added time will there be? 5 minutes, not a whole lot for the Stealth. The Pioneers happy to hear that. And here comes Saratobi trying to keep the ball away from their goal. Engelmont in the attack. Chavez has done well filling in. Playing a right wing-back role. Now here he goes. Down the line to Caedo. This is not bad from the Stealth. Enrique. Chanteloup going to be offside or a handball. It's going to be a handball. Stealth are going to get a chance to swing something in here. Maybe one of their last chances of the game. Kevon Harry Troye with the Stealth season on the line. Too tight of an angle for a shot, but a chance to swing something in for Chanteloup maybe. Strange angle here. 23 yards out. Troye stands alone over it. What will he do with it here? 93 minutes on the clock. It's Troye, and it's wide. A big moment and a big miss from the right back with his gifted right foot. This one just never really had a chance. Gets it around the wall, but he did from that distance an exceptional amount of bend. Nearly an impossible amount. And that might just be that for the Stealth. They have finally run out. 2 minutes to play here in added time. Van Bruggen goes long to Tommy. Nice header. Masabal did well there to keep it away from the Stealth. Saratobi trying to do that as well, but couldn't do it. Last chance. Final minute of the game, and Bamamir's pass is a little bit short, but Kuge did well to win it. Here come the Stealth with the last chance. Kuge. Can he cut something back for Bamamir? Oh! Chanteloup. Still alive here. And couldn't get free, and that should do it. The Pioneers survive. The Stealth finally run out of magic, and the playoff run comes to an end with the Pioneers are making it happen. The battle of the one seeds. It was not a pretty game. The Stealth once again fighting for all they're worth, and just come up short here in the end. Uxio Mota Sanchez with his 2 goals, enough with the 4 on the score sheet to save a near collapse for the Pioneers here, but warning signs aplenty. What a game it was. 2 conference championships in the books now, both decided by 1 goal. And what a game this was. Leave you here with the full match highlights. We'll see you next week for the finale in the Soccer Bowl itself. Until then, bye for now.
Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. What a fitting way to end our 2 conference championship games. Absolutely thrillers. And this game was no exception. The Pioneers, once again, they did show they were not invincible today, though. They were a little bit lucky, I'd even say, to have not let this one slip away. I have to say credit to them, though, at the same time for striking when the iron was hot. Once they built up that 4-1 lead, it was always going to be really tough for the Stealth to get back in the game. But Morgan, they almost did it. What can you say about that second half performance from the Stealth on the road in the hostile environment here in Utah?
Wow, what a run in playoffs. I've not been given much thought. You know, the game felt like a final in some ways, and they gave it absolutely everything they had. It was so close to being a historic night, but just not quite.
Just came up short of their heroics in the 4-4 game with the Green Galaxy. A 4-3 victory for the Pioneers, and they will head into the Soccer Bowl championship this Saturday against the Pioneers. It's a showdown of the number 1 seeds. We can't wait. But for now, we'll turn it back over to you guys. See you next time for our final preview show of the final game of the National Soccer League season. Treason!